Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of OAF Discussions. I'm Kid Swift.
This is Thoroughbred Webb.
And we are back. It is, I don't know what day it is. We need to start numbering the episodes. It's Wednesday.
Well, yeah.
In our current time. But if you're watching this in the future, obviously, which will probably be either Friday or this weekend. Or the past. Yeah. I don't know. If you're watching this in the past, you're about to get some information that will blow your mind. So leak it online and leak it online and then you'll be famous ahead of time. Just start guessing all this shit. Yeah. Start placing bets with people, guessing all this shit. You'll be good to go. But yeah, we are back another week. Hope you guys.
The Seahawks fuck it
up. Right? Yeah, just so you know. Depending on how far in the past you are, the Seahawks literally dropped the ball. But yeah, we are back another week. Hope you guys liked our Kendrick Lamar episode, basically last week.
Well, it wasn't all.
No, it wasn't all Kendrick Lamar, but it was a heavy music discussion. Yeah, it was like the llama thing. Yeah,
that was cool.
Yeah. So I had to do that. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the last couple episodes. We're back on a nice rhythm here, so it works out perfectly. But yeah, we got some more news. Some more things have occurred. A lot more comic book stuff. A lot more random stuff. I guess I'm gonna start off with one thing. If you guys didn't know this, apparently, well, it's basically they've confirmed it, but it's kind of weird how they confirmed it. But Kojima is actually Hideo Kojima, creator of Metal Gear Solid, after 25 years of making Metal Gear Solid, is actually about to leave Konami for good when Metal Gear Solid Phantom Pain is done. He's not leaving before, so don't freak out, guys. Metal Gear Solid 5 is not in trouble. It is supposed to come out September 1st, but after that, apparently Kojima is going to be ending his relationship with Konami, which I think makes sense because after making the same game for 25 years, you'd probably want to do something else too. But yeah, I think it'll be cool. I think it'll be interesting to see what else he can do. Because, I mean, obviously he's very talented, but to see what else he can do, like in a whole nother franchise, is kind of bananas. As crazy and off the wall as Metal Gear Solid story is, to see him do something else is going to be interesting. The biggest question I had, though, was like thinking about it, is what's going to happen with Silent Hills, and if that was, I can't remember if that was being developed under Konami's brand or if it was just being developed with the partnership between Hideo Kojima and Guillermo del Toro. If that was the case, then they can obviously still move forward. Maybe that's why he's leaving Konami, to focus on that, but it's going to be interesting to see what happens to that Silent Hills project. But we will see. It'd be nice, though. So, wish him luck, obviously. Amazing games. Konami said they're going to keep making Metal Gear Solid games, so it's not going away. Kojima said this was the last Metal Gear Solid game, but obviously Konami probably owns the property, so they're like, no, we're gonna keep
another Final Fantasy.
Yeah, we're gonna keep milking this out of out of this property. But yeah, so this will be, I guess, Kojima's proper bow out of the series. But we will see what's happening. But yeah, what is happening? Speaking of, try to think of a good segue. No, I messed it up. Yeah. I messed up. I was gonna try to segue to comic books, but I had nothing. I got nothing. Speaking of flying, but I got nothing. All right, never mind. All right.
I was really trying to see where you were going with that. Yeah.
Speaking of flying the coop, as Kojima's doing. No, that just sounds negative. Saying it that way. But yeah, what do we got in comic book news? Since we comic book it up all the time.
Well, if we didn't have anything prepped, then that's our loss, right?
I know, right? Yeah. Do we have? We don't have any comic book news. See you guys next week. Bye. Start waving now. But yeah, what was it? First and foremost, I guess we'll start with.
I guess, since, we're gonna stay with games, obviously. So
yeah, one packet.
Arkham Knight.
Unpack it.
Arkham Knight got pushed back 2 more weeks.
3. Yeah.
No,
2 or 3.
It's in the same month.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, so
because it was the first. It was like the 3rd, wasn't it?
So now it's
like the 20.
Yeah, now it's June 23rd.
Okay.
So it got pushed back 2 weeks. Yeah.
I think it's the yeah. It's like whatever. It's not long enough to like garner any like, oh god, it's probably in trouble or something weird's going on.
Nah.
But it's interesting they pushed it back behind E3 because E3 I think it's like the week of the 10th. No, it's the 16th through the 18th because I remember I just looked it up because I seriously thought about buying tickets. But I think it's the 16th to the 18th. Is E3 this year. So it actually is going to start on that Monday, end on like that Thursday, probably that Friday. That's that whole week usually, most of it at least. But it's interesting. They pushed it after that, after the basically couple weeks or a week, technically the week after E3. So it's gonna be interesting if they do something weird there. But apparently there's some rumors going around that they're supposed to be remastering Arkham City and Arkham Asylum for PlayStation 4 and bringing those over. Which you would think they would want to do that before Arkham Knight comes out, but it might be one of those things, just like in the case with Bloodborne and Dark Souls, where they put it after it and it comes out like a week later or something like that. Maybe that'll be something they'll announce at E3 and like, oh yeah, next week we'll be giving you guys Arkham Knight, but to hold you over for 4 days, here's 2 whole games so you can catch up on the story. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what they do as far as that goes. If those are gonna make it out like around the same time, if they've already been working on them, or if it's gonna be something we're gonna get like later on in the year.
They won't be like remastered, I think, will they?
Yeah, they are. Yeah, that's what they're saying. They're planning like it's gonna be HD revved up a little bit, but I mean they're already in HD.
Short notice.
But I mean,
they ain't really gonna be.
Yeah, it's not gonna be.
Just add a couple pixels.
Yeah, it's not gonna be nothing drastic. The games looked amazing.
And they were just last generation.
Right,
so.
yeah. And
I mean, but then again,
recently last
generation.
generation.
Look what they did with Last of Us, Grand Theft Auto 5, and
right, and and we didn't think neither one of those games could look any better than they did, and they managed to make them look a little bit better. It's gonna be interesting to see, how they're gonna do that. One of the good points I had heard was like everybody's kind of getting sick of obviously all these remasters on PlayStation 4. But I think one thing you kind of have to think about is, one, a lot of people, I forgot the exact percentage, but they had like a chart or something on this, but like a lot of the people that adopted and moved to PlayStation 4 actually moved from 360, me being one of those people that moved from like Xbox to PlayStation ecosystem, and I might have missed out. There's some games, like obviously this is a third-party game, this is a game that's been that was made on multiple systems, but something like the God of War 3 remaster that's going to come out later this year, that's something that a lot of people missed because they obviously weren't PlayStation people before, but they've moved over. Yeah. So it's just something I guess you could think that's gonna bode well down the road when like we're 4 or 5 years into this PlayStation 4, into this console life cycle, and you might be like, oh, there's nothing coming out right now. What do I have to play? Now there's going to be this backlog of like remastered games that you might not want to touch right now because you just want something new. But then when it gets to that point, you're like, oh, okay, cool. I can go back and play Arkham City again.
At the same time, I mean, I'm now starting to wonder that most likely is it possible that once Uncharted comes out, it pushed back another year, or was it?
It's basically going to be probably around this time next year.
Okay.
Yeah.
So with Uncharted being pushed back, do you expect more remasters of 1 through 3 for this time around? For the new console?
I absolutely. Yeah, I absolutely. Like though that one was one of the big ones that I had thought to myself and had a conversation with multiple people. Like they're gonna give us all 3 of those Uncharted games like remastered. Like I thought they would do it, like they would release Uncharted in like November. We would probably get those. They would probably announce those remastered collection at E3, which they still might do, and then we would get it in like August or September to kind of gear up a bunch of excitement for Uncharted 4. Now that they've got a little bit more window of time, which I think kind of bodes well for the remaster collection, is that you can actually get in if you haven't played them, especially all these people that have moved over from Xbox that might have never played a Uncharted game before. They could announce it at E3 still, release it in like the fall, and then you've got like 4, 5, 6 months to play them before Uncharted 4 comes out, which could be a good thing, especially if they package in for like $60. You get the 3 games, all the multiplayer and everything, a la what they did with like the Master Chief collection. This was one of the main like collections that I said was absolutely going to come out. One of the other ones that I said would like probably definitely come out, which now has been pretty much it's been confirmed that it probably isn't going to happen, is a remastered collection of Gears of War for the Xbox guys. And I thought that would happen. That just made sense to me because I know they're working on a new Gears of War game. But they kind of came out, and I think it was last week they came out and said no, like basically remastered versions of the original 3, basically like a Marcus Phoenix collection is what they were gonna, like people were predicting it was gonna be called. is going to be released or is being worked on. That could be just them being like trying to throw people off the scent, but I don't see any reason why on a remastered.
Does that come across as a bit much now, or is that getting out of hand a little bit? As far as all of these remastered versions of previous generations, it's kind of at the same time, it's kind of the makeup. Does it seem like it's making up for the fact that there's a lack of new games or original games on these newer consoles?
I think two things. I think one, yeah, it's kind of like to make up, like fill the void of, okay, there's not really that much stuff to play. I'm not really one that's big on like exclusives. Like a lot of people use that, especially in like a console war, as we've been dealing with. They use like, okay, look at all these. They'll like list them on forums or on comment sections. Like these are all the exclusives that are coming out on Xbox. These are all the exclusives that are coming out on PlayStation. One is clearly better than the other because one number is slightly higher. I never get into that too much. But as far as like the remasters, I think they are there to kind of like fill this empty space. But I think also from just a pure business side of things, which we have to remember, they are in this to make money. Both these major companies, they see it as, oh, look at this. Basically, they probably have the charts and the research that they've already done. Look at out of the 20.8 million, I think, PlayStation 4s that have been sold so far. Look at this large percentage that either never had a PlayStation or is moving over from Xbox. We could resell them a lot of this shit that we made before and make like a back-end profit on it. Like, okay, you guys didn't have this. Here's Uncharted. Here's The Last of Us, which just came out. Like, here's these other games. Like, here's like these other like different games. Like, they're gonna remake the first Ratchet and Clank game to release alongside the movie that they're working on. Like, there's all this weird shit happening that is very like geared towards getting profit on something that's already released. But at the same time, it's like, okay, enough's enough. So I try to, like, in my natural state, like I try to like look at the brighter side of things, which I always do. Is before I was kind of like, all right, this is getting ridiculous. Where are these new games? Where's my like the new Rainbow Six? Where's the Division? Where's No Man's Sky? Where's all these indie games? Like, I want all these indie games that have been announced. Like, that's kind of where I've turned at this point. But I'm like, just like what I said about the back catalog, it's gonna be nice down the road. Right now, I don't really give a shit about them, but down the road, I might be like, hey, this Uncharted collection now on PS4. Or like the Borderlands collection that just came out this Tuesday, it might be $20 for 3 games and all the multiplayer. Fuck, I might as well pick it up. Screw it. $10-15 at a crit like Christmas this year. It might be cheaper, like the stuff that's already been out. So that's where I kind of like try to put it in a more positive spin. Like, okay, it's just gonna mean down the road.
But at the same time, there's also
look at all these games.
People like, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're fine.
There's also a school of thought that, well, why am I bothering getting these games or these brand new games when I can sit there and wait for the price to drop? Why am I waiting or getting on these brand new games when the next console comes out? I can just get an updated version of that.
You mean like PlayStation 5, basically?
Yeah, or 7.
Right, yeah. Well, yeah, if you have that level of patience, God bless you, because I fucking don't even have any close. But the thing is, like, I could say, like with you, where you've waited to get your PS4, would you see it as a positive thing? Like, okay, have you played through all the Uncharted's?
I played 2 and 3.
Okay.
I haven't played the first one, oddly enough. It was the second one that put me onto the series. So
gotcha.
I gotta go back on the first one and mess with that.
Now, would you see this as a positive thing of down the road? Let's say you get a PS4 and a.
Well, you know what? I'm sorry. Now that I think about it, they've already done the 1 through 3 compilations and stuff when it was still PlayStation 3.
Yeah, they have. Yeah.
So I mean, ironically, it was like not even long. It wasn't very long after I had gotten 3. It was like, well, son of a bitch, I should have waited.
Yeah, right.
So at the same time, some consumers kind of feel gypped a little bit when it comes to
absolutely.
Stuff like that. Like, yeah, I paid full price for a game,
and then you give me all
months later.
Right.
Months later.
Right.
Not even like here they are sitting there doing compilations and collections and HD remasters and all this, that, and the other.
Now, what I was kind of getting at is like, could you figure like, you could see it as a positive where you could kind of like play the system like to your advantage in a way, I guess you could say, where if you never had played, let's say, not even just you, but just in general, if you're somebody who has never had a PlayStation, you've never played the Uncharted games, you've never played the God of War games, you haven't gotten a PlayStation 4 yet, and then let's say in 6 months, like you plan on getting one this fall or this summer, like after E3, you see some stuff you like and you get one. now all these collections have came out. Let's say by then or in a few months after you got your PS4, all these collections come out. Cool. I can go ahead and get these. These can hold me over, and then all the newer versions of these, basically the new steps in the series of all these collections, the new God of War, the new Uncharted, have came out and come down in price, but you've been focused on all the old ones. So basically, in the end, you're going to get the newer one for cheaper. Could you see that as a positive benefit for like, okay, I've got all these collections, I can play catch up, basically getting all of these, like, because I've waited, like those that, it's a very specific demographic, but the people that have like waited and are just gonna get their PS4 either this year or like after E3 or whatever, like they're gonna benefit from the fact that like by the time they even give a shit about the new version of this game, they will have all this time to catch up on the new ones, and then they'll get it for cheaper because it'll be so far in that new Uncharted's life cycle. Like they might not get the new Uncharted until like next fall, 6 months after it's already out, and it might be $45 instead of having to pay, or $40 instead of having to pay $60. So they save $20 on the back end, and then they get three games for the price of one.
Yeah. So I mean, at the same time, when with gaming, it kind of makes me come across. It kind of comes across like the music industry. Oh, excuse me. That was terrible. Yeah, the music industry makes me barf. But anyway,
right? Music industry.
Well, it don't really matter too much with consumers. Well, then again, I take that back because
right.
You know those console wars, this, that, and the other. How they sit to complain, oh well, PlayStation sold X amount of copies, and Xbox One only sold this amount of copies.
Both are selling amazing. It's great for gamers.
Yeah. So as far as that thought, as far as like back to the music industry comparison that I didn't even make yet. First week sales.
Yeah.
Or first week projections. And,
right.
Overall, this, that, and the other for the year as far as how well a game did. If they keep, like some consumers, they don't want to fall for the okie doke at that point in time. It's kind of, well, I already know what I'm getting myself into. Let me go ahead and wait for the price to drop, and let me wait for a collection version or a greatest hits version of this game to come out.
Right.
I'm granted that's probably a small minority compared to those that want to get it, that want to be the first person to get it.
Absolutely.
First week, this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
And then as far as the idea of DLC being thrown out there for certain games, and it's like, oh well, I got to cough up this amount of money for this, that, and the other, as compared to, say, a Mortal Kombat game, several Mortal Kombat games, where DLC was available in like a complete edition,
like Game of the Year editions when they used to do all those stuff.
Editions and this, that, and the other, or Injustice.
Yeah.
And hell, it's like all the DLC was available if you had just waited a couple, maybe a year.
Yeah.
And the price drops even more.
Well, just like for that, like that's a good example because like when I got my PlayStation 4, like when that came out, I didn't pay attention to Injustice. Our friend LL Coolby, who's been on the show before, he got it at like near launch and he loved it. He said it was good, but I waited. And then like I think it was like a month ago or 2 months ago, it along with all the DLC was the PlayStation Plus game of the month. I got it for free. Like didn't have to buy any of it. So like those people that bought it either for $60 and then bought all the DLC, spending about $75, $80 maybe.
Maybe even $100.
Yeah, maybe even $100. Yeah, I got all that for free for PlayStation Plus. I mean, well, obviously you're paying that monthly amount, but still that pales in comparison to $70, $80 or $100 at one time. So it's interesting to see like how that happens and if like maybe down the road we'll see these collections as PlayStation Plus games. And this is obviously specific to PlayStation, even though Xbox has their own like games with gold thing. But I'm personally, I'm a sucker for like, because I played Borderlands 2. I played the hell out of that game. I didn't have as many of the, I think I got like 1 or 2 of the DLCs, but there was like freaking 20 of them. And this new Handsome Jack collection came out that has Borderlands 2, which I played a lot of, and then also has all the DLC, and then the pre-sequel, the one that I didn't get to play because I'd already switched over to the new generation, and that came in on last gen, and all of its DLC. So seeing all that together, it's just something about seeing like all that crap like in the same box. As much as they know how to market it and everything, you see all that stuff in the box, and you're like, oh man, like I'm paying $60, and then they clearly put it on the box, especially like for example the Borderlands when it's like there's $100 of DLC content included with this. Like it's only $60, so I'm getting 2 games and $100. That's like
almost 200 games worth.
Yeah, $220 value for $60 basically is what they're trying to like push in your face, and it works. Trust me, it works on some of us. I haven't got it yet though. I'll probably get it down the road when it drops in price. But in all that, one thing I always like to tell people too is make sure if you like a game or you like a developer or you really want to like support a developer of a game that you love, buy the shit new, because that's the only way, the main way that they will see that revenue. Because if you wait and then you get the game used, all that money's going in GameStop's pocket. Doesn't make it back to the developer. All that money, a large majority, makes it just in GameStop's pocket. So if you want to support a developer that you love or whatever, a game that you like, either buy it new, buy it digital, whatever. Just do it that way, because that's the easiest way. Because then after that fact, when it goes used and goes back on GameStop shelf is like open box or used, it goes in their pocket. Which I know that's kind of, I'd say GameStop's probably pretty happy about the whole people waiting, the kind of situation we like said about. But you had said something about Mortal Kombat, which hey, got some more characters.
So, well, actually, I can kind of segue 3 different topics.
Segue
off of that little question I raised.
We bounce all over the place.
Yeah, we kind of do anyway.
Yeah, you know how to do it.
I guess. Well, since you brought up Mortal Kombat, what was it? The DLC pack, wasn't it?
Yes, there's. Yeah. Is it multiples or is it one?
I think there's just one pack.
That includes all those characters?
That includes all those characters, yeah. Jason Voorhees on Friday the 13th was introduced as part of the DLC pack. Well, actually, we thought it was just going to be one DLC as in the character.
Just one guy.
After that, this week, wasn't it? Just a few days ago.
I believe so, yeah. Yep.
The advertisement came up, or the announcement came up as far as the DLC pack.
Yep.
It had Goro, Jason Voorhees, Tanya, the yellow ninja, not the green one, which was Jade, which honestly they should have had Jade rather than Tanya. Who gives a damn about Tanya?
Right, yeah.
A brown ninja, kind of like palette swap.
Yep.
Called Trimmer. And let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, and last but not least, Predator.
Yeah.
So
also they announced it's the one part of DLC, but Noob Saibot's coming back.
Huh.
And Noob Saibot be beating bitches.
Oh yeah, I remember that video now.
Right. If you think Noob Saibot is above beating bitches, you don't know Noob Saibot.
I completely forgot.
Shout out to Nate's vlogs. Yeah.
Well, it's Netflix now.
Netflix, okay, yeah, that's right. I haven't watched it. It's been a while.
Yeah, fuck whoever.
Yeah,
this shit.
Yeah, anyway. Fuck you piece of shit. It's dirty.
So yeah, what are your thoughts regarding Predator being thrown into the Mortal Kombat universe?
Now I saw an interesting article where somebody was talking about like if it hurts it or if it helps it, and my thing is I think it can draw in a wider audience. Like a lot of people, like even people that aren't gamers, know what the hell Mortal Kombat is. It's got a large reach. One of the things I always heard was out of all the games, out of all the articles last year and then like into this year, from all the game announcements and all the stuff from like Gamescom and Tokyo Game Show and every game, even Halo 5 and everything, out of all those articles, the one that got the most clicks and the most views on IGN was the Mortal Kombat article when it first got announced. Like, it was in the millions, like, in no time. So people want fucking Mortal Kombat. Right. Like, and there's a lot of people that, just like there's a lot of people that just have a game system and all they play is NBA Live, 2K, and Madden, like, or NHL, whatever, like just sports games. There's a lot of people that just play fighting games, and there's a lot of people that just want Mortal Kombat. And like Street Fighter, Tekken, those as well. But I personally think it's pretty cool. I think it helps it. I don't think it's really, people can obviously look at it as being gimmicky, but it's not like there's a new Predator movie out. So it's not like, if you don't know who the hell Predator is, like, which there'll be a lot of younger kids that probably don't know who the fuck Predator is, that might play this game.
Maybe.
Illegally.
Well, the Predator movie came out less than 5 years ago, wasn't it?
Well, yeah, I guess some people will know generally, but they won't have like a connection to it like us who see like the original. 90s, yeah, exactly.
80s and 90s kids.
Yeah, so it's gonna be cool to see. I think it's interesting.
We shouldn't have been watching it if it was rated R at our age, but
not at all. Yeah, don't tell nobody.
20, 30 years too late.
Right, yeah. But yeah, I think it's cool. I think it'll just draw in more people that, like, if they see it, like, even if it gets an arcade, I don't know if they're going to do an arcade machine for it or anything, but I'm not sure. But even if they, like, see it just, like, in a game store and they're like, oh, this is a fighting game. Like, oh, this is that Mortal Kombat. I remember this from, like, back in, like, on the Sega Genesis. 93. Yeah. and they're like, "Oh, it's new. Like, look how amazing it looks." Like, is that fucking Predator? Like, that's kind of like the way the conversation will probably unfold. And the same thing with Jason too. So like, I think it'll draw people in. They're like, "Hey, if I can beat the hell out of somebody with one of my favorite old school villains, yeah, screw it, might as well." And I know a lot of people that are like ready for this Mortal Kombat game and like are like super excited for it. It looks sick. Like this, I'm excited for this. It's very rare that I get excited for a fighting game, except for Smash Brothers. And yes, I include Smash Brothers as a fighting game, even though a lot of people don't. But Street Fighter is another one. They like the Street Fighter this year that they announced that's exclusively coming out on PlayStation. I don't know if it's a time exclusive, but that's another one I'm excited for too. So, yeah, I like it.
Okay.
Predator.
That actually was more interesting than Jason.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely.
I mean, I don't know. Jason was kind of just doesn't do it for me.
No,
it really didn't. And especially being
fight.
What?
Like he just swings his thing. Like, he's slow.
I would kind of expect him to be slow, which would be that would be funny as hell if he just kind of he still moves slow as hell.
Right.
Like walks towards his opponents the entire time. It takes a lot more to damage him.
That'd be dope. If they did that way, that'd be awesome.
And then as far as his fatalities or something like that, he can kind of be. There was this one scene I remember where he stood there and crushed this guy's head just using his bare hands.
Yeah,
I could expect that. I mean, but then again, you can kind of already see
he's huge
through the X-ray.
Oh yeah, I know.
Another one that kept getting brought up on the internet was putting somebody in a sleeping bag and then just slamming them against something.
Oh yeah.
Like Jason X.
Yeah.
Premarital sex.
Right.
He just killed two. They weren't real girls, but he was killing two girls.
Yeah.
With sleep, like putting them in a sleeping bag.
Yeah.
And was just slamming one with the other one, and then just killed the other one by slamming them into the tree, or roasting them like in that what was it Michael Bay remake?
Yeah. God, what was it called? Was it just
Friday the
13th? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it was. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, okay.
So I mean, that's the idea with Jason. I'm still not excited about it. I don't really care too much for it.
Nah.
Predator is one of my favorite villains as far as movies go, as far as sci-fi goes.
Yeah.
It's still kind of odd to have him in there.
Yeah. Even though he makes sense in that universe.
He would kind of make. I mean, as far as fatalities and this, that.
Yeah.
Him being a stealthy type of character.
Yeah, that's a weird thing.
Is what's going to throw it off for me.
Yeah.
And also somebody else mentioned this, brought it up that he's kind of replacing Cyrax as far as a dreadlocked person with a mask look or a
right. Yeah.
Type of
but in Cyrax still in there? I thought Cyrax was still in.
I haven't seen anything about him. I
could have swore it was still in there.
I didn't see anything about Cyrax.
Okay, maybe he's not, because I know there was an article that
or Sector.
There was an article that was recently released. I forgot what it was on, but it was like they were talking about the characters that aren't in it, and I can't remember. I didn't get to read through it. But yeah, I was wondering about that because that was the first thing I thought about. Was like when I saw him, I'm like, hey, it's gonna be like Cyrax again. Like there's gonna be two Cyrax characters. It's gonna be like Scorpion and Sub-Zero, except it's gonna be Predator and Cyrax. Like it'll work, yeah, whatever.
It was like, okay, so they replaced one of the very few black characters that we have.
Right.
No, I'm just kidding. Well, no, I'm not.
Smoke.
No, I'm not.
Smoke's in it too, I think.
But Smoke isn't. Well, is he? Hold on.
I'm pretty sure. I'm almost positive. Maybe he was one of the ones that didn't make the cut, but I could have swore Smoke was in there.
Yeah, they left out a lot of people to take place, for folks like Devora and
Smoke drive me crazy.
Okay, Smoke's in it, Rain's in it.
Smoke.
Well shit. Yeah, Cyrax and wait a minute.
That's what I thought, see?
Is he? Hold on, but it ain't confirmed though. They ain't really rumored.
Okay,
Cyrax is rumored.
Okay.
So.
I'd say he probably is.
I'd hope.
Yeah, might as well. Screw it. You got Smoke in there. Fucking put Cyrax in there. Fucking Smoke. That's hilarious. Noob Sabak.
Good lord, man. I'm so sniffy for no damn reason.
Yeah, no, but I think that makes sense. It's gonna be interesting to see how his moves.
Smoke is rumored also. He's not. Yeah. He's not.
Okay, he's rumored. Okay.
No.
It's gonna be interesting to see how how his moveset is set up and everything. As far as Predator goes, exactly how he's gonna work. But yeah, like you said, that was the first thing I thought. I'm like, man, he's like stealthy. He's supposed to be like away.
Yeah.
Damn,
Well, sneak up on people.
right? Yeah.
As far as a straight up fight, I mean, you see, hell, his Predator's track record against humans hand to hand ain't too great.
Right.
If anything, it's probably, let's see, Arnold Schwarzenegger beat him hand to hand. Well, not hand to hand, but just kind of like he outsmarted him.
Yeah, right.
Danny Glover, he beat him hand to hand, damn near. Like,
Yeah.
fucking Danny Glover.
Right.
Mr. I'm too old for this shit. Predator. Like,
That is true.
and then,
God.
The most recent Predators movie,
Think about that.
Well, I don't even know if the Yakuza dude had a name, but he fought him, like, had a sword fight with one of them. Well, they both killed each other, but
Yeah.
the fact is, the human still got one.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And then there was the Indian from the original Predator movie. He didn't do too well.
Yeah.
3-1. There we go.
3-1. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah,
2
3.
3.
Yeah, Predator 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, somebody hand to hand or
Okay.
with a weapon of some sort. Yeah.
Jesus.
So Predator is 3-1 against people with hand to hand combat. So
They need to add Alien in there just so we can have Alien vs. Predator. Just so I can have an excuse.
No, that's too much, man. And that's just no.
Just have an excuse to put just so I
I'll
look.
just throw that out.
Look
Look
what I'm playing. Alien vs. Predator. It's like, damn it. It'll be so many YouTube videos.
I mean,
Alien vs.
Alien already got
Predator.
that dope ass video game.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so
So
don't drag that in there.
Oh God. I wonder who else they haven't announced. If there's anybody else.
Dracula, fucking
No, on the game.
Wolfman,
I was like, what? That's
I mean, if
awesome.
we're talking about, if we use
Screw it.
if we use a movie,
Yeah, we'll do.
villains,
Yeah, screw it.
we're just gonna throw movie
Freaking,
villains in there. They did
what's
Freddy
his name?
Krueger in the last game.
God, what is his name? Please put Nosferatu in a Mortal Kombat game. That'd be amazing. He just walk out. He'd be as slow as Jason. That'd be the slowest fight. Have Jason fight Nosferatu.
And like the whole and everything is in black and white, no sound whatsoever.
Oh my God, that would be sick. That'd be so amazing. God, who has the license to Nosferatu?
Credit that up.
Somebody
Credit that
call.
idea,
I forgot his name. Whoever creates Mortal Kombat, same dude. He's been doing it for years. Call him and find out if he can buy the license to Nosferatu. I know it's got to be sitting in a desk drawer somewhere.
Ed Boon, if you listening, then
Yeah, please. That would be amazing. Especially all those mechanics. If it just went black and white, it'd be fucking bananas.
black and white, no sound.
Oh man.
And then it was like round one.
Please.
It's like the announcer saying
Yeah.
round one.
Yeah.
It just all of a sudden cuts to a black screen saying round one.
Yeah.
And then back to them. Then back to black. Fight.
Oh
and
my
then back to the
God.
fighters, and then they go and do what they do.
Then it'd show like the outside of the castle, like before, like if it was the level you picked, it would show the outside of the castle. Oh my God. That'd be the only character I was playing as. Like, stop picking fucking
the
Nosferatu.
characters from Family Guy, like the
Oh my
like, play me out. It's like that music is playing the whole time while they're fighting.
Yeah. Play me out, Johnny. Oh man, that's awesome. Yeah, that's a OAF Discussions copyrighted suggestion. Put Nosferatu. Put Nosferatu in Mortal Kombat X. I don't know how you're gonna do it, but DLC, I don't give a shit. I'll pay money for that.
Apparently, see,
I'll do
the
it.
shit I was talking about.
It should come with original copy of Nosferatu the movie of the Bram Stoker Dracula.
I mean, if you're a film buff, I'd understand that. I mean, that's like when
Just funny, just
that
for no
Dante's
reason.
Inferno movie. I mean, not video game came out,
That's
and
right.
they put the actual poem. They included the actual poem in there.
Which is that's true. That's weird.
I mean, like, who the fuck? I mean, it's dope as hell. I mean, granted, that's
that's collector bait. Yeah, it's collector bait.
But I
absolutely.
mean, no casual gamer was sitting
No.
there. Yeah.
Oh, fucking piece of paper. Get this shit out of my face. Look at this crap.
It wasn't in a paper. I think it was like I think you had to like go to it and then read it from your but whatever.
Cool. So yeah, Nosferatu, Mortal Kombat X. Game of the Year edition.
All right. Speaking of movies.
Yep.
I guess another cast member has been added to the X-Men Apocalypse casting list.
Hot off the presses.
Yeah.
Won't be my time.
What is Lana? Lana.
Lana.
What the hell is her last
Oh
name?
my God, I can't remember.
Connor? Lana? I don't
Lana Connor? Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah, Lana Connor. Lana Condor.
Oh, Condor.
Lana Condor, sorry.
Really?
Yeah.
It sounds like a code name.
I know. It does. It's like a secret agent.
We've been had.
Yeah, no. You lying son of a... No. Yeah, Lana Condor will play Jubilee, aka Jubilation Lee. I tore that up. In X-Men Apocalypse. So yeah.
If you remember the cartoon from the 90s.
Dude, we're getting all these kids.
Yeah, old girl with the yellow raincoat and the dishwashing gloves.
She was like Girl Gambit. It was awesome.
Yeah, that made no sense for Gambit to wear a trench coat and that shit underneath, like the spandex outfit, that made no sense.
No, it was weird.
I loved Gambit, but anyway.
God, please.
So yeah, Jubilee's gonna be in there. A lot of people hate Jubilee.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, she was cool. I mean, well, she was probably annoying in the comics, but you know, whatever.
Pixie, okay. I was like, wasn't Jubilee in that one X-Men movie, like the last?
Well, she was. She had cameo. She had like split cameo roles.
She's been, yeah. They were announcing
she was a
like
student in X1.
Yeah.
Or excuse me, the first X-Men movie.
Yeah.
I think they tried. Which other X-Men was it? 2 or the third one?
I think it was 2, and then she was also in the pilot for like the original live-action TV show.
Generation X, yeah.
That was like a long time ago.
Yeah, that was not good.
Yeah,
I remember watching it.
Yeah,
I went out of my way to try to see this. It's like, oh, Jubilee's gonna be in there.
Yeah,
it's these teenager X-Men. Blah 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 blah.
Right.
This is gonna be cool.
Nope. Wrong. But yeah, she looked cool. Well, the actor. The actress, sorry. The actress looks good. I mean, she looks like she can definitely pull it off, especially compared to like what Jubilee
because she's
like.
Asian?
No, not just because she's Asian. I appreciate that. Since all the uproar about the trying to knock my girl ScarJo off the
Ghost in the Shell,
would you just leave her alone? God, I don't mind it.
Yeah.
Of course, there's other obviously Japanese actors that could play it, and screw it, yeah. But hey,
I'm probably gonna sit there. I'm probably gonna stir the pot a little bit. But it kind of bugs me. It's like, well, how are they? They're whitewashing all these anime characters. They're whitewashing anime. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, hell, the characters in anime look white to begin with.
Yeah, they really do.
None of them have really,
Yeah, they.
Like some of them are straight up, some of them straight up look like Japanese characters. Like, yo, that is a Japanese character.
Right. Yeah.
The main characters for a lot of the successful animes, this, that, and the other, don't really have those features.
No, they look white.
I mean,
most of the time.
Most of the time, right? Yeah. And it's kind of odd, like with Ghost in the Shell. I mean, the main character in Ghost in the Shell, the main actors, or not actors, the characters, excuse me. I mean, you wouldn't. They look like white characters.
They really do. Like they really do. Especially in that show. I mean, they do. I mean, they could easily say that. And the way I think about it is, and this is from like
Ryu from Street Fighter.
Oh yeah, he looks.
He's got brown hair,
right?
Blue eyes,
right?
It's like, who the fuck you fooling?
Yeah, don't play with me. But the way I think about it is, they obviously what they want to do is attach this is obviously a very obscure show. If you've ever watched it, even if you're like a fan of it, it's fucking, you gotta watch it, like intentively watch it.
Yeah.
But to draw in a broader audience, if they're gonna put all this money into like obviously making this into a live action movie, they want to attach somebody with especially she'll be coming off or still in the mix of the Avengers. Like, hey, ScarJo's new movie. Check this out. It's this crazy fucking like from this Japanese anime that you probably never heard of.
That you will probably end up being interested in.
Yeah, which might draw you to the anime. If you're like, okay, this movie was awesome. Let me see what this anime is about, and then you might draw you into that.
Was actually a UK show.
Yes, I watched like one episode of the British one. It's British, so it's like really
it's
heavy.
British,
it's British as shit.
It is heavy. Yeah,
you're like, oh, God.
Like more than Doctor Who. Like it's more British than
like
Doctor
what?
Who. Like aggressive. It's aggressively British.
That's awesome. Oi! I just see this like angry British dude.
Not even Cockney. I didn't even catch any Cockney accents. It was I
just love that statement. Aggressively British. It just thinks rugby. I just think rugby instantly. Just it was rugby British.
Oh man, because I didn't even notice. I didn't even realize this until I finished the third season.
I saw it on Netflix. Yeah,
I finished the third season of House of Cards, and it popped up as a suggestion.
That's what happened to me on like the
wait
first
a minute,
season.
This looks old as hell.
Yeah.
This looks old as shit. Let me click on it.
Yep.
It was like it came from the 90s.
Yeah, it's British.
And I was like, good lord, like the 90s shows ain't really holding up as well as I thought they would.
Yeah, basically take Monty Python and take out all the funny. Or no, take Downton Abbey and add politics.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
There were some parts that were almost verbatim. Like the first episode was all I got to see at that time. and there were some scenes that were almost verbatim
Like
the
shot
exact
for
same
shot.
Yeah, shot for shot.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
shit. Say, wait a minute, damn, the U.S. just copied straight up off of that.
Well, you can tell that.
Like the
What's
part
his
where
name?
Old girl was on the phone,
yeah.
talking dirty to the other guy.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh wow, they really just did that. And
Yeah.
then with the election part where Francis's character was not or did not get the role or the position that he wanted, and
Right.
was in the plot and this, that, and the other. And hell, Francis for the UK version talking to the audience,
Yeah.
it felt more like this is meant to be a fourth wall break. This, that,
Yeah,
and the
yeah,
other. As compared to with the US version, it was almost kind of distracting. But there's this fan theory going around that I'm sticking to it with the US version. Where have you noticed with each episode there's no episode title, it just says chapter this, chapter that.
Yeah, that's true.
The idea or the fan theory that I'm sticking to and going with it is that every time Frank is actually talking to the audience,
Yeah.
while stuff is going on,
Yeah.
this is basically him telling this story once House of Cards is over with in the form of a memoir.
Oh, okay.
So this is really
I like
a
that.
story. Yeah, so as far as him putting his touch into it, as far as talking to the audience, where
Right.
it should really be tending to this thing, this, that, and the other.
He's like Fog Leghorn.
I do declare.
I do declare.
Oh, that damn pizza. Anyway, so yeah, it's kind of like the theory is that House of Cards is supposed to be a memoir, and each episode is a chapter in Frank's story.
I like
and
that.
each time where he breaks his character and breaks the fourth wall, talking to the audience.
Yeah.
That's part where he's putting his voice or putting his spin on a recollection in a chapter.
I like that.
So
One of my favorite
Run
ones
with it.
was
say I came with it.
right. As all win. From OAF Discussions. One of my favorite ones was in season. I think it was in this last season where he like looked at the camera after that like real tense moment, like a kind of negative moment he had. And he was like, "What the fuck are you looking at?" Like he got mad at us because we was watching him. And I was seriously looking at him like, "Bro, what you gonna do?" And he was like, "What the fuck are you?" I'm like, "Oh my bad. Sorry. I'm just reading my book. I'm not watching." Yeah, like, it's so funny. It's awesome. Yeah. So Jubilee, Gambit, all these people.
Yeah.
This might end up being
Young Storm, Young Cyclops, Young
the best
Jean
X-Men
Grey,
movie.
and Jubilee, oddly enough,
Potentially.
gonna be in the same age range as them.
I don't understand how some of the age stuff is weird.
Yeah.
But
I mean, Days of Future Past, kind of like
yeah, that
we could say that might thrown stuff off a little bit.
that definitely did. There was some weird shit
It was a reboot and a remake
with characters that were fucking not in the right
and a clean slate
timeline.
all at one.
Yeah, like fuck it, we're gonna pick all these pieces. We talked about that before, I think. Like on one of the old
Probably.
episodes, we probably talked about
Probably.
that. But yeah, so Jubilee, Gambit, and also the other news from the X-Men arena is that Jennifer Lawrence is actually, after this, she made a statement that she will be leaving the franchise after Apocalypse, which I kind of saw that coming.
Yeah.
J-Law's such a big.
Did you really call it J-Lo?
Yeah, I do it sometimes. I don't know. It's easy. It's just straight to the point. Instead of saying Jennifer Lawrence, I can say J-Law and bam, it's just in your face. Anyway, Jennifer Lawrence, I'll say it for you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Bother.
She's such a large, polarizing actor. I can't see her. And I mean, it's kind of hard to say this because you look at the Avengers and all these people that are attached to this franchise. She just didn't come across as somebody that's going to be attached to a franchise like this for years,
Long term.
decades,
Yeah,
whatever.
say, Hugh
Fuck.
Jackman.
Right, yeah, because that was cool. Because Hugh Jackman basically said he'll do it until he can't walk anymore. So that was pretty interesting.
Yeah, Old Man Logan movie. There you go.
Oh my god! Like they can do everything.
There's already an Old Man Logan story.
Right,
so
we're
yeah,
good to
it
go.
writes itself,
We
so.
got it. Like Hugh Jackman is in. Sign him up. Let's get him in the Avengers. Mix it up with that shit. We're gonna do all kinds of crazy stuff. I said we
And him
like we
pulling the
control
Danny
it.
Glover, like, I'm too old for this shit.
Right? Yeah. I said we like we're Disney or something. Like we're controlling this stuff. Dude, that's what I would do. I'm just saying. But I like the way this X-Men Apocalypse movie is going. The more and more I hear about it, the more and more I'm kind of like, okay, this could potentially be like one of the best or the best X-Men movie, live action movie we've gotten. But the biggest thing I'm kind of like on the fence about, and not that I have anything wrong with, because I like Channing Tatum as an actor. I mean, he's funny because he usually plays funny characters. But from like if you watch like The Foxcatcher, he can definitely play. He definitely has diverse acting talents. Like that basically nipped in the bud that he could only be like this meathead type dude, even though he's playing a meathead in the movie, but like in a very serious, realistic situation. But I'm hoping that his Gambit is nasty. Like, I hope it's the Gambit that everybody loves, because Gambit's widely regarded as a lot of people's favorite fucking X-Men character. Like, a lot of people. It's like Wolverine and fucking Gambit. It's weird. Because then there's all the other ones that are peppered throughout, but it's like, it's something about him that like everybody just loved. And I don't think everybody, like, not a lot of people liked the Gambit that we got in Wolverine, that first movie. It was a good hey, all right, try it, whatever. But I'm just glad we're gonna get probably a more tried and true Gambit with the right costume and all the whole 9 yards and everything. So it'll be cool to see. But they're gonna have to pack a lot of shit into this one movie. Toilet flush.
I was like,
you heard it here on OAF Discussions.
I hope not.
Yeah, I hope not. Yeah, I hope you didn't hear it. Right, it just sounds like water's pouring down through the ceiling. Oh God, the flooded episode of OAF Discussions. But yeah, I mean, you feeling good about the X-Men Apocalypse?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah,
just get it out the way.
God, yeah, no, it's
all
like
this speculation and all this, like
please,
just slow burn. And
so that's coming out. That's gonna be. So we got X-Men Apocalypse and basically Batman versus Superman are both coming out within
next. Well, Batman versus Superman comes out exactly March 25th next year.
So like a year from today.
Yeah.
Yesterday. Oh, okay, a year from today. Woo!
I mean, unless you count. Plus there's gonna be a leap year in 2016. So, but fuck you if you want to sit there and throw that in there. Even though I threw that out there, but no, ignore me. I didn't say that.
So yeah, within a couple months, we're gonna have Batman vs Superman in there.
Yeah.
Also.
A year and a day.
Speaking of Batman vs Superman, my Segway game is on 1,000 right now. It's awesome. You helped. You kind of ollied the first one. Jesse Eisenhower.
Jesse Eisenberg.
Jesse Eisenberg. Jesse.
Or if you look at the picture, Jesse Heisenberg.
Jesse Heisenberg.
You're goddamn right.
Yeah. It's like, God, it's awesome.
Man. I need to get this.
Yeah, so they finally released set pictures of Jesse all
his bald glory.
Yeah, his bald glory. And what do you think? I mean,
it's a picture.
Right, yeah, I mean, we haven't seen him act it yet, so we got to see that part too. But no, yeah, I think it looks good. He's bald. He looks like the character. Right, yeah, right, yeah. They should have took a picture of him like, yeah, like kind of like ta-da, with like sparkles and shit around him and stuff. Like, yeah, in your face, because everybody was like losing their shit if he wasn't bald.
They still are.
Oh yeah,
they still are. Some people are still pissed at Ben Affleck as Batman.
It's like, dude, that boat has sailed. Get the fuck over it. Like, that's who Batman is. And that's who Batman will be for a long time. Like, for at least 10 years, we're going to have to deal with this Batman. And I won't say deal with like it's shitty, but who knows what the hell's going to happen. But yeah, as far as the whole, and I heard like there's still criticisms with Gal and her.
Gal Gadot.
Yeah, people have been going at her body. I don't like her. Not as a person. That sounded terrible. I don't like her as Wonder Woman because she's not. Because people, that was the biggest things too, and I don't want to feel like I'm doing the same thing, but kind of I am, I guess. Is she's not big enough. It's like she's got to put on weight to play the Wonder Woman that is in the comic books, not the Wonder Woman that Hollywood wants to portray.
And the only acting I've seen her from is Fast and Furious, and that doesn't really.
No,
it wasn't a very.
No,
it wasn't a very meaty role.
Right? Yeah.
Well, she wasn't very meaty. Yeah, she ain't very meaty to begin with.
Puns. Weight pun. Weight pun. But yeah. So,
I don't know. It's just hopefully.
God, I'm hoping. Right now, it's kind of like all over the place, and it's kind of like, okay, cool. Like, I'm more interested in Suicide Squad than I am about Batman versus Superman. Yeah. Because there's so much.
Cheryl comes on tomorrow. Tonight.
Yeah, that's true.
Suicide Squad's in there again.
Yep. Yep. Suicide Squad's back.
So if you want an idea of kind of what they're like.
My boy Captain Cole's back.
Oh, Flash last night. Yes, that was cool.
Favorite character, I swear.
See, my problem with that is like I like Captain Cold and Heatwave.
Yeah.
I think that's his name in there.
Yeah, it is.
I like those. I like them, but at the same time, it's just sometimes they just go a little too comic booky.
They
as
do.
Far as how they care.
They get camp. They can get campy. Yeah.
Yeah, they just chew the scenery.
Oh God, yeah, they
Like
do.
it's Mingy.
Yeah, I was worried. I was worried about them going with a Captain Cold that didn't have powers. That he wasn't Captain Cold.
Well, he
because of his
didn't have powers to begin with.
Well, I mean, but he was like his design in the comics was different than like just having the gun
And a parka,
yeah.
which he wears everywhere.
So that's the only thing that bugs me. I hate that coat
I don't
bad.
I don't have a problem with the parka.
I like the glasses, but the coat gets on my nerves. So I'm like, dude, I feel like your range of motion is fucked up, and you're fighting the fastest dude in the world. You need to be quicker.
Well,
you
he's
got
smarter.
this fucking North Face coat on. It's too big. It bothers
He's
me.
smarter though. He is kind of he's pretty tactical with his
Yeah, he is. He's definitely.
Obviously, you're gonna have to compensate for somebody that has superpowers and you don't.
Yeah.
And
And that's a nice. That is one of
it's
the good things.
I love the contrast too. Like
between them, and you was about to say the same thing.
Captain Cold and Heatwave.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Heatwave looked like he's on the set of
he's
Mad
batshit.
Max.
Yeah, or what was that? Rescue Me. That firefighter show.
Oh, one of the victims of Rescue Me. Yeah, I can see that. And how Captain Cold is very calm, cool, and collected.
Yeah, you can tell these.
Intended.
Right.
And then I couldn't even do it.
Right here. It's like, dude. But it's perfect. You can definitely tell that those two have worked together before extensively. It's so funny. It's hilarious. Dude.
I couldn't even do it.
Can't do it. So
I tried to act out a hot head. That didn't work out at all.
I might just superimpose like a crazy face on your head, like a luchador mask, and just like fire coming out of it.
I don't know why I tried to sound like Batman either.
Just have you like hulking out, knocking stuff up. Me just standing there unscathed as the set explodes. Yes, that's exactly right. Yeah, hothead. Other pun intended, definitely. But yeah, no, that dynamic between them, yeah, that's
I
one
don't
of
know
my
what
favorites.
came over me. I'm sorry, y'all.
Yeah, like every time, like them two, like those two, when I see the episode, like the preview or the photo previews that they always release on IGN, when I see those, I genuinely am like, yes, he's back again. Keep fucking shit up, please. Like, don't go anywhere. So, yeah, I'm always down for some Captain Cold. It's so funny, yeah, because they do get campy, and
Yes,
you just see it coming from a mile away, and you're like, part of you's like, ugh.
But it's
then the
nowhere
part of you's
near.
like, yeah,
It's
cool.
nowhere near as campy as the original Count Vertigo.
Yeah.
in
Oh
the
yeah.
first
Yeah.
season of Arrow.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Gosh, fuck that dude. I mean,
He was way over the top. It was weird.
I get where he
It's
was
too
going
much.
with it. I get where he was going with it. I respect
Too
that.
much.
But it was like, oh, if somebody was to be brand new to Arrow and watch this, it was like, oh, that's his Joker. Is kind of
That'd be exactly
that
what,
vibe.
yeah. But he was trying.
Especially
Yeah, that's exactly
like, oh,
what
well,
he
this is
was
a Batman ripoff anyway.
like,
And
oh
that's
my God.
that's okay. That's supposed to be Scarecrow and the Joker. I get it.
Yeah.
Fucking Arrow.
Oh,
like-
fun fact. Apparently, basically the half the fucking cast from Arrow was originally on Spartacus.
Yeah.
I didn't know
And
that.
some of the majority of the people
As
from
soon as I started
Flash
watching the
are
first
from
episode,
Prison Break. Yeah.
yeah. As soon as I started watching the first episode of Spartacus, I was like,
Manu Bennett,
"That's Destro." Like, what the hell's going on? And then at the point I'm at now,
Amanda Waller.
right? Yeah, Amanda Waller, and then then the other one is Roz's daughter. What's her name?
Nissa.
Yeah, she's fucking in there.
Are titties out?
Oh, yeah, they are multiple times.
Is it on Netflix?
Yeah, it's all over Netflix. My girlfriend
I
calls
gotta
it
add something
basically
to
it's like a porn. It's like a porn
Oh,
light.
it's very
Oh,
aggressive.
God,
yeah.
dude, it's-
I didn't
a good
get so
show.
lucky. Yeah, I wasn't very lucky to see any
First season.
man on woman action when I first watched Spartacus. So
Did you see that first? What did you see? You saw that one episode, like the one with the
yeah.
two. Jesus, man, that's a heavy way to start. Like, whoa, Jesus,
Well, that
man.
wasn't the very first. No, it wasn't the first thing I saw from
Right.
Spartacus. No, it was a training and then all of a sudden, Spartacus had to walk away, and then in the middle of the night,
When he's walking through the cages.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird.
and, yeah,
It's like
What? This is aggressive
Yeah, it's weird.
and consensual.
Yeah, right. Yeah, they're enjoying this.
This is hella aggressive. Like normally when you see that going on in bars, it's like Oz, and they don't.
Now here's the thing. I didn't know Amanda Waller was in it. I'm not at that point yet. I don't think.
Sorry,
I haven't seen her. Yeah, it works. It doesn't tell me what character is. It's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, cool. That's awesome. All
Great.
kinds of characters. Right. Right here. Whoa. No, but yeah. So watch Arrow. Watch Flash.
Well,
yeah. Everything else.
As far as are we still staying with the hell topics that we have?
I don't know what we was talking about.
Oh, congratulations! Kendrick Lamar got his first #1 Billboard.
Oh
spot,
yeah. Congrats.
For To Pimp a Butterfly. As far as sales as of today, from my understanding, it's like at 300. It was at 319,000 the first week.
Yeah.
Due to like him breaking Spotify records, like 9.6 million streams.
Jesus Christ.
That somehow, some way calculates into the revenue of roughly 350,000, 380,000 copies.
Also does. Oh, that's awesome. Jesus, man, that's
Woo! I mean, it's not like, 90s and 2000s heyday.
Well, yeah, it's not. We don't. Those days, it's so funny because like even I'm still getting used to seeing 350 to 400,000 and be like, oh, that's great. Like I remember a time when that would be like, oh man, that was a bad opening.
Oh man,
yeah,
this album flies.
Right, yeah, because it used to be 1.5 million in the first like day. It's like Jesus Christ, man, like everybody bought that shit.
But especially like the 2000s.
Oh yeah,
Eminem, Jay-Z, Nelly, fucking Nelly.
Nelly was selling 1.5 million in the first like
selling
week.
Basically one album twice.
Yep.
Just split it.
Yep.
A side A and a side. He sold a side A and a side B.
Sweatsuit.
Them bitches went platinum separately.
Yeah. God, it's crazy. Yeah, those days are gone. Because I mean, if you think about it, a lot of people like myself, like I said last episode, it's one of my favorite albums ever. But I still haven't purchased it because I've listened to it on Spotify 7,000 times. But that, I mean, it's so funny. That's just where we live in. But like you said, that it's nice because that 9.4 million streams equates to, in some way, album sales. But at the same time, it still is like 400,000 short to like the knockout punches that some people were throwing back in like the early 90s and stuff. It's crazy like how it's shifted. And a lot of people have burnt it, but it's funny, a buddy of mine, I'm not gonna say his name, but he said he tried to download. He said, bro, I tried to get it, tried to download it, man, it's copyrighted everywhere, bro. And I was like,
like tags.
No, it's like you can't buy, like you can't find it apparently. Like when he tried to look, like he couldn't find it anywhere on any torrent download site. And the thing that was dope was he was like, I guess I'm gonna have to buy it. And he's one of the people that like drops off packages at my work. Yeah. I'm not gonna obviously single him out, but he said
some pretty good hints.
I know, right? We're gonna slowly dig in. No, I'm just playing. But he was like, I guess I'm gonna have to buy it, and he walked out on our floor and bought it. Hey, there you go.
When you said like copyright stuff, I thought you were talking about like tags, and it was like new Kendrick Lamar.
No. Right, yeah. This is crazy.
Every 15 seconds,
it just starts the fuck over.
That's one thing I am glad about as far as the early 2000s. Them DJs hosting mixtapes and shit, DJs. Or mixes and this, that, and the other, and just talking all over it. God.
DJ Sketchy Louie. Snoo shit.
Stand that.
I'm gonna run it back. God dang it! I'm 14 seconds in, man. Can you please let the play?
Yeah. Or sometimes they'll sit there run that shit back before a chorus or a verse even kicks in.
Drop it again. Oh my God.
Or they'll repeat a line 3 times that wasn't even now that good.
Nope. No. God, I'm glad it's over.
I am too.
Yeah. Man. It's funny because like this is random. Then we'll get the heck out of here. But like I feel like I'm getting old because I no longer get the Kendrick Lamar or the Pisces birthday bash party at club such and such is going down this weekend. I don't get those in my inbox anymore on Facebook. I think that means I'm old now.
Oh, those Zodiac.
Yeah, I don't think I get those anymore. Like I feel like I used to get those every 5 minutes when I was in college, and now at this point, I'm no longer in that list of names. I guess I'm just old. So I that equates to being old now. and I'm 26. That's pretty bad. So you're old if you're 26. If you're 30, you're fucked. We still love you though. Listen to the show.
Jazzy G's or something. Well, I mean, I think you still gotta. No, you can get in Jazzy G's at 30.
Yeah.
I think we can get in there now.
Man, we're gonna start going to Swahili. Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
we at that
people
age.
outside of Lexington don't know what the hell we're talking about.
God, Divine, give me VIP.
Two little snippets. Tyrese really wants to be Green Lantern.
Oh yeah.
John Stewart Green
God
Lantern,
bless.
not Hal Jordan Green Lantern.
Yeah.
So don't rage over that.
Yeah, that would be weird.
Whatever. I mean, we just talked about Tyrese wanting to be Luke Cage, or rumors about Tyrese being Luke Cage.
And I think it was after the Luke Cage announcement. I don't know if he shifted. I think his campaign has been originally he just wants to play a damn superhero.
Yeah, a black superhero.
Yeah. Period. So,
I don't blame him.
give him one. There's plenty. Give him one. Fuck it.
There ain't too many to choose from.
Oh God. But yeah.
Idris Elba is rumored
To be a Star Trek villain.
Yeah.
Potentially. Hadn't been confirmed yet, but that's potential. Also, they have apparently they're doing the this is like random, not really random, but apparently they've been doing like the casting and the read-throughs and everything for trying to figure out the younger teen Spider-Man, which is what they're supposed to be going through. Apparently they've been doing them at a house instead of like a studio or office in Hollywood. So it's somebody's house. I don't know if it's
so
a
young
director.
men, watch yourself.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, don't
sketchy.
just don't just go into houses expecting to get casted as Spider-Man. You know.
Yeah, that's.
Don't drink any kind of Kool-Aid or.
What did Patton Oswalt sell? Uncle Touchy's Magic Fun Basement. Uncle Touchy's Magic Fun Basement.
I haven't heard that. I ain't seen that one. Was it stand-up?
Yeah, it's on Spotify. It's one of his joke things. Uncle Touchy's Magic Fun Basement time. He said, "Well, you don't have to wear a shirt and you will cry." It's like so bad.
That's disgusting.
Gotta love Patton.
Well,
But yeah,
I'm sorry to take that there, y'all.
I know,
As far
right?
as, you know,
It got weird
Yeah.
at the end.
sexual harassment.
Panda.
Well,
But guys,
we went from child molestation to man
The
on
panda.
man, or Greek man love.
I blame Spartacus. If you haven't watched
Well, actually,
Spartacus,
you
watch
kinda
it.
could anyway.
Yeah, we can blame Spartacus.
Y'all fuck boys like Socrates.
Right? It's like, whoa!
Shout out Gambino. Anyway,
Right, yeah.
We better stop before we go into a really dark corner.
Yeah. And we run out of time and the camera stops recording. That'd be weird. But,
Yeah, that too.
But yeah, anyways, as always, you can check us out online at oafdiscussions@gmail.com if you want to drop us an email. Let us know what you think. youtube.com/oafdiscussions. We actually got that certified or whatever it is. Like YouTube hit me up and was like, hey, do you want this .com? It's like youtube.com/whatever. I don't know what the fuck it means. But
sorry.
anyways, before apparently like it's just some link with a bunch of symbols and
from
crap.
YouTube was just hitting on it.
Nah.
Do you want this?
Right, do you want this?
.com.
Right, yeah, how many views
Is that
do
what
I
you call
get?
it?
Right?
You want this .com, baby.
Right here, whoa! Your HTTP is out of hand. But yeah, apparently, so youtube.com/oafdiscussions, you can just go to that now. Apparently before it was just like symbols and numbers and shit when you copied and pasted. Now apparently now it's actually real.
I'm sorry, I just thought of another one.
Fuck it.
IP. Send me the address to where.
Oh my god. Jesus Christ. This episode has gone off the rails.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Guys, as always, thank you so much.
Not safe for work.
Yeah. Gee, oh my god.
You blame me.
You
I'm so sorry,
you can support us. K and Kid Swift on Twitter. He's WEBB859 on Twitter. Follow us on Twitter.
KN_Nation.
Yeah, KN_Nation on Twitter. There's like 3 Twitters. There's one for the show, one for each of us. Also, you can support now the Nerd Stash website I've started writing for. They're actually out of fucking Ashland. Is a crazy thing about it. I'm starting to write for them, gaming editorials and news articles and stuff. They're awesome website.
Congratulations, by the way. I meant
Thank
to
you.
say that.
Appreciate it. My articles will be going up soon. There's about 20 of us writers-wise. Everybody's volunteer status. The dope thing is Jeremy, who actually created the site, he has a whole charity initiative through like Extra Life, which if you guys don't know is a big charity as far as like in the gaming industry. But yeah, so I will be writing for them. We'll be going to shows. We'll be doing whatever we can. The website's very new. We're still growing it, but it's pretty. He worked hard as shit on it, and you can tell. So the nerdstash.com, we might start doing stuff with them as far as OAF Discussions as well. He really likes our stuff. So yeah, as always, guys, thank you guys for the support. We will see you guys next week. Love you guys. OAF Discussions, we are out. Peace.